What's going on, everybody? 2Titan29 back in the lounge yet again. Make sure to kick back, relax, and grab some snacks. It's time for some more Titan Takeover. That is right. And we have some updates to Titan like we were talking about before. Let me go ahead and check out my Titan shop. I'm pretty sure I already bought the characters at reset that I wanted to. And we're going to head on in here. Looks like we've already taken out the tier 4 5 times. We've taken out the tier 5 1 time. And thankfully, nobody is wasting their efforts on a tier 1 or tier 2, so that's beautiful to see. But without further ado, I'm going to just hop right on into it. Let's go ahead and get our Coco set up with his green and reds. Let me go ahead and reset the order of these moves that they are supposed to be in. Now, while I'm doing this, let me go ahead and let everybody out there know something that I just learned very recently. Apparently, this whole Cena strategy that I have very openly been implementing is apparently not intended. So I wasn't aware of that. I don't understand what is not intended about it. I guess it's something with the way that the bonuses can stack or the buffs can stack, which is why they mentioned that they implemented a buffs clear portion of the Titan, even though it doesn't say it anywhere. It's not in the bonus, it's not in the stats, it's not in the moves, it's not anywhere. So I don't know what the deal is there, but apparently we were supposed to know better, that was unintended. So let me go ahead and say this very openly now, and I will be very open and honest about it too. I'll be very annoyed if it does change, but I do fully expect things to change in the very near future. Based on what I am hearing in regards to Titan and how Cena is capable of giving a whole lot of tag bonuses to your main damage dealer. So that's it's pretty unfortunate because I have invested quite a lot of wildcard hype, trickster wildcard hype into my Cena. And that's going to be very frustrating if they just decide, 2 months into Titan, like, you guys are doing a little bit too much damage for our liking. Maybe we just need to nerf you guys a little bit, right? Like, maybe you guys are just a little too strong, so because you're doing way more damage than we want you to, we're just going to go ahead and make you weaker. And that's kind of shitty. Excuse my language. I try not to curse on the official videos and all that wonderful stuff, but it's really, really shitty. Look, I understand they want to say that tour perks should have never worked. To me, that's a silly argument to make because they did work in our playtest environment when we playtested this game mode. Both times, multiple times. So I don't know why that's going to change all of a sudden. But now it's like, hey, tour perks were never supposed to work. And, we need to get rid of that because that's not intended. And maybe we'll come out with Titan Takeover perks. But the tour ones are definitely not supposed to work. And that's the same bucket that I feel like this is in. They're saying something shouldn't work. But this has been working the way that the game mode has allowed us to play it since day one. And it just feels like their outlook on it is like, well, you guys are too strong for those of you that are using this Cena strategy. So we're going to go ahead and make it a whole lot weaker because we don't want you guys being this strong. I don't like that's the decision that they can just decide it on a whim. That it's like, well, we don't like what you're doing, so we're just going to make you weaker. That's really, really crappy. If they wanted to come out with this game mode in the first place and tell us that that's not the way it's supposed to work, or in any of the play tests that we did, inform us this isn't the way that it's supposed to work, and then fix it before it went live. Or if it's like, hey, we noticed this in any of the videos that I've made or that anybody else has made, and this is not intended on how this is supposed to work. Any sort of information, feedback, commentary, post, any of that type of stuff, it would have gone a long way. And I'm sure it would have gone noticed by a lot of people. That would have been like, oh, hey, this is not working as intended. This is not supposed to be happening. Let's go ahead and not invest all of our resources into these people if it's not supposed to be happening like this. And that would have made a pretty big difference, honestly. But they didn't until very recently. So it's kind of got me feeling some type of way. And I'm pretty annoyed by it. To put it very kindly, which is why I'm talking so long on this one. You guys understand the whole setup at this point. I'm just going to use Coco, and I'm going to go ahead and get as much damage as I can, and I'm going to heal Cena up as best as I can during his turn, and it's just going to be rinsing and repeating those moves, right, to try and stack as much damage as possible. And let me be very clear. This is the easiest way of playing this game mode for me. In terms of doing some pretty solid damage. This is not going to impact my end-all be-all. Okay? I'm fine. I'm good. I am strong enough in this game to take care of myself, to consistently do tens, if not hundreds of billions of damage without Cena. So I'm good, right? This is just what's easy for me. This is easy. It's great content to show everyone who you can hot tag Cena with. It's very, very strong numbers that you are capable of using on your own account to try and help your faction get further in this game mode, which is arguably the most important game mode in the game right now. So for me, that's where the value is, you know what? Let me go ahead and try to show everybody what they can get out of this. But if this does change, I'll be pretty pissed off with the amount of Trickster wildcard hype that I lost on Cena, because I'm not going to use him for this moving forward if they're going to get rid of the whole buff stacking thing. That's first off. And second off, it's just going to upset me because of how much it's going to impact everybody else out there. For me, again, I'll figure it out, right? I hang out with Zoro, I talk with Ocho, I hang out with some of the best players in this game. And a lot of us have really solid brains on our shoulders for strategizing around this type of game mode. I don't need Cena to do hundreds of billions of damage. But Cena helps out everybody else out there in order to enable them doing 5 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion, or even 100 billion for some of you out there that have watched these videos. And so the idea to me that it's like, well, we're just going to go ahead and kind of nerf this whole buff stacking thing, it's really going to just impact everybody else. And that's not really a good solution to the game trying to make a quote-unquote fix. This feels very identical to the whole Grayson Waller fix, which wasn't a fix. It was a flat-out adjustment or a nerf in some people's minds to make all of us weaker. So I'm never a fan of that. If you intend for one thing, and that's the thing that you put into the game, and that's the game that we have in front of us, and you're charging us money to play this game, you're charging us money to get these characters, to get star fills to fill their stars, to get straps, to get medals, to get skill plates, to get hype, to get all of these things, it should not change. Just because you guys are like, you're too strong. That is so wrong, and I am doing my best to hold back my real feelings and language on it, because it is so far wrong. Legitimately it is. Again, if they didn't want for it to work this way, they should have never made it work this way in the first place. We had multiple playtests that would have been able to show them if they actually listened or actually paid attention or made the environment better and easier for more people to actually expand and explore all these things. But lo and behold, that didn't happen. Same thing happened with Tour Perks. It worked in the playtest. It shouldn't work live. Well, now you're telling me that the buff stacking worked in the playtest but also shouldn't work live? Well, then why do we bother playtesting this if we had no idea what was right and what's wrong? Right? Like, we have no idea what to tell you what's right and what's wrong. No one's telling us what's right, what's wrong, what should happen, what should not happen, what should be, what should not be. There is no information whatsoever. So it leaves all of us, players, in a very twofold, in a very frustrated experience that we have no idea what's working, what's not working, what's intended, what's not intended. And now this also not only leaves us frustrated with that experience, it leaves us defensive. It leaves us defensive as like, why would I ever raise anything? Because I don't know if it's right, I don't know if it's wrong. What if it was right all along and then I told them that I think that it's wrong and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, because you guys are so strong, it was wrong. Or what if it was wrong and then, oh, well, I think it's supposed to be right. No, you're wrong. It's supposed to be this way. There's no win for the players, right? This whole experience, this whole Titan experience from the Tour Perks, from the Cena stacking stuff is what they're calling it, I guess. All of it has left such a deplorable taste about the entire game mode. Yet here we are, and I'm going to keep playing it because I got to get my hype. And I'm going to keep playing it because I want to get these videos out to you guys. And in all honesty, look, the change in this stuff is just going to make me make another series of more characters that you can use on a regular basis that just aren't Cena. But I'm still frustrated from my own personal standpoint that it's like, look, I just made all these awesome Cena videos. And it's like, well, you know what? Those are going to be obsolete in like a month or two, or maybe a week or two, or a day or two, or a year or two, whenever it is that we decide to get around to fixing this issue. And yeah, I don't have my camera up, but I'm sure you could tell that I have air quotes going on. Because there's no comment of why this is even considered an issue. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. It's a very frustrating experience for everybody involved. I want to apologize to anyone that might have invested in their Cena because of these videos, because I feel like personally accountable now for being the guy that's shown all these videos and shown you how to do so much damage with this one guy. And that if they're going to end up going to fix this whole buffs stacking issue, which it's not an issue, but if that's what they're going to go to fixing, then I feel personally responsible, and I'm very sorry for, telling you all out there to go for Cena as much as you can and investing those resources, because I did the same. And it's just shitty. It just sucks. It really is. So yeah, I'm pretty frustrated. I hate to use this platform of making this Coco video, which he's doing some crazy numbers right now. That's another 20 billion damage. I hate to use this platform to be just dwelling on this, but I think that it needs to be spoken about and talked about, that there are some very strong possible changes that are coming in the near future with this setup, with this format, with the way that I'm doing damage right now. And you know what? Look, again, like I said earlier, let me let you know that if there are changes here, that I'm just going to have to start making more videos with using more people and more content out there. So hopefully y'all enjoy it. That'll be some fun times for me. I know it will. Hopefully y'all will enjoy the future content. But yeah, I mean, look, we're doing some crazy numbers here. It's solid, great damage output. Obviously, we've done more than our fair share of helping the faction out with our 3 billion damage, and I'm obviously helping chunk down this tier 5 Titan, because the goal is to KO a tier 5, 4, and obviously 3 every single day moving forward now. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we've already KO'd a tier 5, so I'm not really stressed over that. But I'm going to go ahead and get as much damage as I can in. With Coco, he's still very strong, still a fantastic go-to and option. To be honest, moving forward, if they do make any changes about this whole situation, I don't know how often I'm going to be using him in Titan, because his whole, big old thing was stacking his bonuses for blast gems and his hot tag. So there's definitely some better powerhouses out there. I've already spoken with Zoro on a couple of them, spoken with Ocho on a couple of them. This might be, I don't know when this fix is going to take place, but this might be the last time you see Coco. You might see me using him for another couple of weeks, couple of months, or maybe this is the last time. I don't know. But yeah, look, if I have to use some other powerhouses, there's some fantastic powerhouses out there that are still absolutely top notch. That I will definitely be more than happy to go ahead and use those. But yeah, I mean, look, you saw the numbers that we were doing before with him. It was about 700 mil or 70 mil per red gem before, and almost 5 billion on those crazy multiplier gems, even though there was only a couple of them. So he's very capable of doing some solid damage. I don't know how much he'll be able to do after all the buffs wear off, because as you can see, he's only doing about 120 million damage there. So it's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done if you're not capable of stacking the bonuses. This alone is only 62 million damage, which again, 62 is great for something like Feud. It's not great for something like Titan. You need billions of damage. So yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to get it done if they do make these changes. That was, about a close to a 300 million hit, like 270, I think there. And we're going to go ahead and hit this one more time. So we hit 270 there. Probably going to hit something close to like 500 here, give or take, is what I'm going to say. From 215 down to... we hit 400. We hit 420-ish million there. So, yeah, I mean, you're talking around maybe 800 million, give or take, with Coco on a turn, which isn't bad. It's just not. That's just not going to get it done. That is not going to get it done moving forward. If you're trying to squeeze out 3 billion, but. Hey, there you go. Looks like we hit more previously. I don't know how, I don't know why, but we hit more. 193 this time. It was 175. Let's round it up. It's not too shabby. It's pretty good. But yeah, look, that'll be it for this one. I don't really feel like I need to record the tier 4 and the tier 3 Titan as well. This is only going to be 8 bill, so I'm sure that we'll probably get close to wiping it, if not wiping it. I've got a couple of powerhouses in here that are solid. I got my Punk up to 4 recently with some wildcard hype. Got KO to 3, who's fantastic. Got Hogan at 2. So we'll have some pretty solid hitters in here. Hogan's probably going to be the go-to moving forward, in all honesty, with his red and black moves, and the fact that he has a gear that gives him MP. And the fact that his black move is a hardcore move against acrobats to choose some extra red gems, it could definitely be a very strong setup here with Hogan. So yeah, but yeah, I don't really know that it makes sense to do this. I guess I could share the tier 4. I don't think it's going to be all that important or that impressive, to put it very kindly, but he's only got 8 billion health. I might as well. We're already recording this. It's fine. But that's what I'm saying. Like, these are the types of characters. Hogan, KO. It's still very doable without Cena. Obviously, I have Yeet in here without a hot tag. And right now, Hogan is hype 2, I think. So yeah, when boom, 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 boom. I need to make a 3-match while I'm at it here. Let's go like right here. But yeah, I mean, Hogan is fantastic too. There's literally nothing wrong with him as a fighter. So just thinking out loud, like I'll probably end up using him consistently moving forward for some crazy damage numbers. And he's only hype 2, so if I can get up to hype 4, I'm sure he'll live through the majority of whatever Titan hits are going to come in. So there's a nice hit for... That was already 2 billion damage as is. Might as well go ahead and hit the hulking up move. And I can just make a bunch of red gems connect here. That'll be fine. Because as long as I break 30 gems, then my royalty plate will trigger. So there you have it. There's extra damage. There's the royalty plate again. Royalty plate will trigger a second time because it's a combo move. That was another billion. So yeah, on one turn, we already hit him for close to 4 billion damage, right? Like, if I get my Hogan to hype 3 or hype 4, like, you're talking stupid numbers here. And in all honesty, I probably played it wrong in the beginning. What I can do is I can just go ahead and make a couple of 4 matches literally everywhere here. Boom, 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 boom. And then I can put out a couple of red gems on the board elsewhere. Boom, 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 boom. Wonderful. So that was 35 gems. That'll make sure that we still have some times 13s. Rumble plate will trigger twice, right? Instead of having to use that third move. That was already close to 500 mil. I can get my scoop slam in again. I can get my choose move off again. Yeah, I mean, this will be great. This will be fine. I kind of want to hit this guy, though. So let's do like this, like this. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Because there's not going to be a whole lot of red spaces left. But that's fine. That's another 850 mil on a choose move. Ring royalty is going to trigger. And it's going to trigger again. Which is huge damage there. That's another 900 mil. And we'll hit this one more time. And we'll make ourselves a couple of 4 matches. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll just connect to this as well. Solid. Another ring royalty. Solid. Boom. And in 2 turns against a raged up Macho with a hype 2 Hogan, we've already taken out close to that 8 billion marker that we were talking about. So, like I was saying, I'll be fine. The change isn't so much about me as much as it is everybody else out there. I just feel horrible that I told you to invest into Cena when obviously you shouldn't have. There ain't nothing else to say, but I'm sorry. So, but hey, we'll be getting some more content out there. I will be happy to show you more stuff like this with Hogan, with anybody else for the day, whoever it might be. And yeah, look forward to some more content. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. I wish I could say I enjoyed. Like, I enjoyed making the video. I always enjoy making videos and content for you guys out there. I don't enjoy what's going on. But hey, look, that's enough of me for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe, share, comment, all that wonderful stuff. You already know the drill. It's nothing new. But yeah, look, that's I think that's going to be it for me on this one. No point in me sharing the 3. Obviously, I'm going to take it down with the Hype Force. But yeah, that'll be it for me on this one. It's late. I got to get some sleep. I got work tomorrow. I will be making one of these every day out of the week, however. So look forward to some more Titan content. Who knows? Maybe they change it this week and I got to use somebody else. But hopefully they don't, so I can keep on getting those numbers out there for each and every last one of you. But that's going to be it for this one. So until next time, y'all, have a good one.